Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
We got big news. I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and a Horde Punching Bag. And I've got little news, too.
Ooh, okay, well, I'm going to start with the important news. Did you know that Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper had more kids on Blue's Clues?
What other spices did they have besides paprika?
Yeah, I was going to say paprika's the only one I really know.
Are you fucking kidding me? They had cinnamon, Paprika's little brother, in like 2004, first of all. Second of all, Mrs. Pepper just had twins in 2021. Welcome to the world, Sage and Ginger, everybody.
What are these two doing in poor, I think his name is Kyle now, poor Kyle's spice cabinet? Are the other food additives getting it on?
I feel like the spice rack is actually just an orgy, I guess, at this point.
Well, she had her first kid in 96. She just had a kid in 2021. Mrs. Pepper's ovaries know no bounds.
That is the most virile woman there has ever been.
The most virile pepper shaker known to man. That's really it. I was kind of because they're doing another reboot, so they had to have her pop out more babies. What's your small news?
It was really just going to be about Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper's children, but I was too late to that one.
Womp womp. Wait, really? You didn't have any actual small news?
No, I didn't. I just usually say a thing after I say my name.
Well, what do you think? Should we start with the drama?
I say we just pull the Band-Aid off. It's what everyone's listening for. They knew this was going to be the drama episode.
So I feel like it's about time for, at this point, I feel like it's unfortunately been like quarterly guild drama news.
That's kind of what it feels like. You know, we had the drama of the split, and now we have the drama of the guild abandonment from our main tank, Gronk. Bum, bum, bum.
Girl, he ain't my main tank. I barely know this man now.
Yeah, so if you listeners remember, he's the one who basically made it so that our guild needed to be divided into two teams according to his will, more or less. And it kind of set the path of tension and weirdness amongst the guild for a little bit.
So it was raid night, and he's not in our raid team. He's in the other raid group. But then all of a sudden, like, as we were starting last Tuesday, we just see him leave the guild.
Before he left the guild, we got word from Tyre that he straight up no-showed, which is more of a deal because he's one of the two tanks that's expected to be there. So they wait for a little bit and somebody else fills in. And then, yeah, as Slide said, maybe like 15 minutes into the raid, basically out of nowhere, all of his tunes start leaving the guild rapidly.
And we were like mid-conversation on Stonehead, and you could hear in Lynn's voice as he was talking, it was like, oh, and then we'll go to the right end. Oh my. And it was like, yeah, it was like, Gronk has left. And then rapidly, Gronkadan has left. Gronka Sham has left. Gronka Healer has left. It's like, dang. You said it was at a speed, which means that he was using some sort of add-on.
No, so like I think it was fast enough that instead of actually going in and G-quitting, he was just straight up deleting these characters. I don't think you could like physically remove yourself from the guild in as quick of succession as he did.
But to delete your characters, sometimes doesn't it like stop you? And it's like, hey, hold up. You can't delete this tune because you have unread mail or you have heirloom. So isn't there like some things that like prevent you from doing it so fast?
Mail,
so I think
mail is the only thing.
Pre-plan?
he wrote a letter. He's like, I've been getting ready for this day for months. The day that my whole world will be disappeared.
Well, honestly, this was pretty premeditated. I mean, obviously when you leave a guild, it's going to be premeditated, right? But when I say premeditated, I mean he took a lot of steps to be sure that nobody could find him. I couldn't find the Reddit message that I recruited him with, So he either blocked me or he somehow got it deleted. I don't really know how that works. Nobody was able to contact him from like their group, and that was weird.
I tried to look him up on the white pages, and it said he never existed.
Bum, bum, bum. It's crazy because he was playing day in and day out with all other people in the other group, and they were just as shocked as we were. So I don't know. It might be something like external going on, like some like life crises, which that sucks. That's never fun.
Didn't they reach out to him and he had a real zinger of a line before he disappeared like an endgame character?
Yeah, one of his air quote besties that he basically ran everyday content with for like 9 months straight reached out to him and he's like, hey, are you okay? And then his response was just, hey, fuck you guys. I think that was like basically a quote.
It was
like,
something. It was something to the effect of like, fuck off and have a good life.
I think it was just fuck off, which is like, damn, like, so I don't know. Like, I don't know what happened. I have a theory that he found the podcast and he heard our opinions about him and thought maybe everyone thought that, but I don't know. Hey, if you're listening, let me know. Send me an email just so I can have that thought cleared.
If you did in fact hear us, you got so offended that you G quit, but please reach out.
It's just wild because like he was on a raid night, so like he knew that everyone's hands were going to be tied with raid, so nobody would be able to be like, hey, what are you doing?
I mean, I think the fact that he did it on a raid night, on the second progression night of raid night, makes it even seem more premeditated, and it might also be the time that he felt like he would do the most damage, because, you know, losing your main tank on the progression boss night. I mean, and also, like, that, of course everyone's going to know, because everyone who you interact with is there at that time, expecting you to be there, and then you're not there, and then you G-quit. So it's, like, the most in-your-face way to do it, I think.
Maybe he got banned. Like, WoW, like, banned him for, like, cheating or something. He's like, oh, God.
Maybe he stormed the Capitol. Maybe they finally found him. He was always talking about his multitude of tattoos and his big furry horned hat he loved to wear. He said, I absolutely hate that I have to play bear tank because I'm Q shaman all the way.
See, that can't be true because I never saw him on a shaman. So that
yeah, because he was one in real life.
Don't slander this man on his way out, because if it was us, he's gonna sue us for libel.
No, it couldn't be them, because that guy was in jail when he G-quit. Unless they're giving him an active computer, they're giving him a laptop between the bars.
Well, they also moved the QAnon shaman guy to a different prison because he refused to eat because it wasn't vegan, and they fucking moved him for his diet.
Now he's getting crunch bars. Fuck that.
Fuck vegans.
That's the real crime that he committed. Storming the Capitol, that was okay. Pushing a dangerous conspiracy theory, whatever. But veganism?
Was he actually vegan? I know he had like dietary constraints, but I assumed it meant like keto or something.
Well, no, and it wasn't even keto. It wasn't veganism. It is his shamanistic lifestyle in which he only partakes of things that are fresh of this earth.
All the articles I saw said vegan, so I don't know if they just
that's
summarized it quickly.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to sum it up without being like his shamanistic background. But that's what he told them.
So anyway, yeah, so he's out, which is funny. It's not funny, it's kind of funny, but like we've only lost like tanks and healers like in this guild group for like the past like 8 months. So like we just have a bunch of DPS like, well, someone's got a tank, who's gonna do it?
A few people weren't able to make it to raid so far this week, and we almost had enough to do one full raid group again. Yeah, but once the people come back tonight, we think we're just barely enough for 2 groups.
I mapped it out last night. All of their group and all of our group together was 33 people. So we are just a little too big. So our people coming back will be like 35.
So I have a feeling that we're going to be merging into one group very soon, because I guess now we talk about what we did in raid. And the other group, I think they're either going to clear Denathrius tonight, it's possible, or they're going to clear Denathrius next week. Because they're starting off this week on Stone Legion Generals. I mean, it's kind of hard, but like not really. I don't know. And once they get AOTC, you know Daldy's gonna be on his leaving the guild for Final Fantasy. That's one down. There's gonna be other people that go with him. We're like, you know what, AOTC, I'm out of here. See you guys.
I feel like there's a lot of epic people that maybe were in that little unit that once they get AOTC, they're like, okay, well, I'm fine. This is an extra bonus thing for me to go somewhere else. I think we're losing 2 or 3 extra people to epicness.
Yeah, I mean, that's normally how it goes, right? Like, we get AODC, then we're, like, just doing it on farm, and then people just kind of vanish, which is whatever. I'm kind of worried that they have one big mega group again, because the scaling is so rough with, like, 30 people.
Yeah, I was really, really used to fucking dance fight being nothing, because we only have 10 people.
Also, I guess, side note, this week is the first week that the big nerfs to most of the Nathria bosses went through. So last night on our non-progression night, we cleared every boss up until Sludge Fist, and then got like 2 or 3 good pulls on Sludge Fist. And our last pull, I love the night on him, we got him down to like 20%, didn't we?
20%, yeah. And you could feel the nerfs. Sun King, holy shit. Sun King on Heroic felt like Sun King on Normal. It was a breeze. Thank God, because I fucking hated that fight. And now I hate it just a little bit less.
I don't know if they were affected by nerfs, but last episode we were talking about like, oh, we're going to do the dancing boss and that's going to be all night. Last Thursday we went and we 2-shot it. This week we went and we 1-shot it.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. So yeah, we basically 1-shot it last week too, but like, and that was before the nerfs. So I feel like we also are just getting better in general. I noticed that like the damage was pumping last night. Oh no, but definitely a lot of people probably have like more options to more ideal soulbinds now, because I know personally I have like fully unlocked General Dr. Aven now, and I don't know, that basically just gives me a 4% boof.
He gives me a boof.
What did he do? What did he do? Is he a doctor? Oh God!
Come
So,
in my
I guess
office,
he's that kind of
Immune.
doctor.
I'll give you a boof.
Oh no, 4% boost.
Yo, he's got fucking stone fingers. That's just gonna hurt.
Ooh.
Oh God!
Just close your eyes
no.
and think of other things.
you see why they call him Shriekwing.
Oh no! Oh,
You
this
may
is the
be
reason why he hangs out up on the
Stonehead,
platform
but
so
I'm
often.
Stone
A lot to think about.
Finger.
Oh my God! But yeah, I've definitely felt like that 4% boof was very noticeable in my pumping numbers last night. But so I mean,
Watch out for my Stone Legion genitals.
Yes, that's a great one. Damn.
Do you think Artificer Mycox works?
Yeah, it works. It works. Man, we can really sexualize all these names, can't we? It's pretty easy.
you know, we've been slacking on the sexiest NPCs this week. Just all of Castle Nathria. Come on.
It's a fucking orgy, like Mrs. Pepper's spice rack.
Oh no.
Oh,
You
that's
know
fucked up, 'cause the
cumin
spice
is
rack
coming
also
all
consists
over her.
Oh no. Oh no, that was great. So yeah, but yeah, if soulbinds are going, legendaries are going. Yeah, the hunters, holy shit, the hunters used to be not gonna lie, pretty bad. But they also like they don't play as much as everybody else. Like they're busy doing work and stuff, and I don't know, they don't really do anything else other than log on for raid and do like whatever they do for like an hour.
They joined the raid team later than everyone
I
else.
was about to
too,
say, I
so-
don't know many of them, so I'm just like, you guys do you guys. I can't get a feel for them yet, even though it's been like 2 months.
But yeah, damage is pumping. It's great. And me and Immune cleared Stonefist on Sunday with Dogs with Jobs. So we actually got a pre-nerf kill in.
Blech.
So yeah, I definitely feel like we got this probably tonight, like maybe on our second pull.
Okay, I thought of something. I swear, I thought on Sludge Fist that when your partner died, you just died. Is that not true? Or did that change? Or was I like misunderstanding?
So, yes, if you don't have like a big healing thing. So, like, if I ice blocked, it kills the other person, but I don't die.
So, because either I'm like a curse or I'm a blessing, I don't know. I would say maybe like 3 out of my 9 chain partners when I was with Dogs with Jobs and also raiding with us, my chain partner died, but I never died. They would get like shot across the room, and we both would, and they would die midair, which would break the chain, but I still would live. And I'm like, I should be dead, right?
I
Like,
wonder.
I shouldn't be alive.
I wonder if they die of natural causes or like of losing all their life if it doesn't kill you.
It must be.
The double homicide might only be if you guys get the distance apart from each other.
It's weird because each time that's happened, both chain partners, we were sent flying through the air from the knockback, but my partner died in midair and I lived in midair. So I don't know if it's like a weird like being in the air thing, or if it is just that, like maybe if natural causes, I still live.
I think maybe only deaths occur if it involves the chain itself, because I know that, yeah, as Aaron said, if he ice blocks or if a paladin bubbles, the other person just instantly dies, because I think it just breaks the chain.
Weird. So we'll see. I have a feeling we're gonna murder Sludgefist, but I don't know how well we're gonna do on stone genitals. That one might be a little hard. There's a lot of things happening on the heroic version. We're not very mechanically sound when it comes to the first 25 pulls.
It'll be interesting because that is such a nothing fight on normal. I can't even think of what they might do to make it that much harder on heroic.
It's changed a lot since we've actually seen it last. It's gone through like a weird like bunch of changes where like the fight is almost an entirely different fight by this point.
Oh, they straight up changed normal as well?
I don't know. I haven't done normal in a while. I think we did it on Saturday. I thought, or maybe the heroic was different. I don't know. You figure it out. Look it up. Look it up for yourself out there. You tell me if it's changed, people.
Yeah, send us an email about what changes are made. It's sort of like how we told you to tell us what the Kyrian story was, but you didn't, so I had to fucking do it myself. Thanks, DN Army.
Yeah, I actually had to start it myself this weekend, too. I started the Kyrian campaign on my paladin.
Excuse me, are you just seamlessly transitioning to what you did in WoW without saying what we did in WoW? I love it. Keep going.
Well, what I did in WoW this week was...
Oh, we almost had it.
This week was I powered through the Kyrian storyline, and it's to balance out Ardenweld not traveling at all. The Kyrian storyline is just you going and stealing other people's cool things because they have nothing.
So what is the general plot? Give us okay, Aaron is like giving a book report presentation. You have like 2 minutes to like give us the rundown.
So
also, who are you doing this on? Is this Booty or is this Wigglestein?
This is Booty ATW. Wigglestein is a Necrolord, but
oh god,
he'll look awful. But so the storyline is that your big blue friends tell you the Pillar of Ascension is so cool. That's how we turn Kyrian into winged Kyrian. And then the Forsworn attack your base and they destroy it. And they said, oh, they broke all 4 of the big cool elements. Get an element from each zone. So each chapter is you just going to one of the other zones and getting an important thing from them. And then once we have that, we'll go and kill Lysonia. And Uther's a good guy now. So we were like, who will the raid even be about? The answer is Helya. We all forgot about Helya. She shows up and she's like, I'm the bad guy.
So she was the one who was behind the Forsworn? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Yeah, then she I thought she was part of it, wasn't she?
She was. So she, I think, was a big financial benefactor to the Forsworn. The
fucking super PAC of Helya coming out here to fund the Forsworn.
She never, to my knowledge, directly is like, they're my children. But I mean, I guess it would make sense because she has never mind, she didn't have Valkyr. I don't know what I was saying. But
no, she was a Valkyr in life.
But she showed up and she's like, I'm evil and I love the jailer and you're going to have to fight me. But also, yeah, Uther is saved. He's nice. He's not blue now, but he's just like, I'll be the bad boy that hangs out at your base. Lysonia, who was some Forsworn lady that we were supposed to care about, she died. And the absolute worst thing that happened was we had to kill a little fairy lady in order to get Ardenweld's thing.
Which fairy lady did you kill?
Oh, shit. Let me see.
Did you kill one of my fairy ladies and you know her fucking name?
I
was it even a lady?
Down.
Are you sure?
I wrote it down. Willow Blossom.
No! You killed Willow Blossom?
Yes, the whole thing there was like, oh, we have to go and solve some issues that I'm wrapped up in. And then when you do, she's saying goodbye to everyone, and you're like, why are you saying goodbye? And it's like, because I have to turn into the MacGuffin. And the Winter Queen squishes her down into a crystal, and she's like, there you go. Put it in your forge.
What the fuck? What are you talking about? The Winter Queen literally smushed her into a crystal for what?
To put in our forge so we can make Kyrians flying Kyrians again.
What the fuck?
Meanwhile...
Not my Winter Queen.
Meanwhile, the Maldraxxus one is just... Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Maldraxxus one is Warlord Garn's heart. So he's not coming back. He's dead.
Wait, that's the big fat guy, right?
Yeah, we killed him and we took his heart.
Wow, come on.
And we put it in our forge. Meanwhile, over in Revendreth, it's just some guy's necklace.
As all Revendreth quests are.
Yes,
some
you're just
guy's
killing
necklace.
some fancy man's and getting his necklace. But that is the quest. I got everything done on Booty, and I said, I won't see you for a while, and started my adventures on Wigglestein.
Wow, you're really doing the job here, getting all of these storylines out of the way, so we don't have to immediately.
Yes.
I mean, I will eventually. And from what you said, I'm like, are Kyrians like actually kind of the bad guys here? It sounds kind of bad.
It's just not good. I was just like, we don't even hang out in Bastion. And after squishing Willow Blossom, I'm like, I don't like this.
I love how even the part where you have to get all the quest items from each zone isn't even original. Because I upgraded my Queen's Conservatory, and one of the quests is to go to each zone and get an item and bring it back. So I'm like, wait, even that quest was ripped off.
That's like our Ember Court. Yeah, for our Ember Court, we have to like go and get some anima from every zone as well.
I am so fucking sick of your guys' bullshit Ember Court getting all the holiday updates. You have Love is in the Air shit right now. They data mined a fucking Easter egg hunt for Noble Garden. Why doesn't Ardenwood get the Easter egg hunt? We have bunnies that we're Fae Fairies. What's going on?
I did give a box of chocolates to Alexandros Morgraine today, and he did appreciate it. Except he got sad because it was exciting, and his thing is safe. And I'm like, fucking grow a backbone, Alexandros. It's just chocolates.
Listen, he's not gonna get his heart broken again, Aaron. That's why it's dangerous, okay?
Did he eat the chocolates in front of you?
He said, thanks, and then he put his hand on his waist and started walking away.
I was gonna say, because, like, does he even eat? Like, he's, like, double dead. Like...
Also, fucking negative shout out to Rendell. He couldn't handle the flavor. Cudgelfist loved it, but Rendell complained.
This is bullshit. I hate my Queen Conservatory still. I can do farming shit, and it's still fucking lame.
Anyways, that was my week. Slidewhistle, what was your week and wow?
I hate my Queen's Conservatory. I can still do farming shit, and it's still fucking lame.
And that was the week.
God, it's just so dumb. It's like, okay, you can put these really cool seeds on your plots, and it'll be a day less for growth, or maybe it will increase your rewards. It has increased 0 rewards. My rewards are still the exact fucking same. I'm still getting 3 fish. Actually, I'm getting 6 fish, but bad fish. I dropped an item that's like, you were gonna increase the rarity of your things you get. No, the rarity is actually worse. I'm getting worse herbs than I got before. So I don't know if it's bugged or whatever, but it's bullshit.
Herbs and fish? I'm jealous. Taskmaster Gore just gave me a cool knife today.
I still have to do my Ember Court this week, so...
Oh, you're behind. Oh, so remember last week, I had a quest from a little Fae Fairy in my Queen's Conservatory.
Yes.
And it was for a legendary soul that I was going to put inside of a wild seed. Guess who it fucking was?
Was it...
someone random?
Pine Mountain? You found him again?
It was fucking nobody! Who is this? It was this fucking guy named, like, I am Valier, the blah, 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 blah. And it's this sassy fucking spirit who's like, what do you want? I'm a god, I shouldn't be here. And I'm like, oh, okay, listen, I'm just fucking tending your soul. What do you want? And then he's the one who's like, I need you to go to the 4 zones and bring me an item. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. And I still haven't done it. He's a bitch.
It's like, how are you going to be sassy to the one who could just decide to let you wither for all of eternity in Ardenweald? I don't know.
I could, like, stick my hand at him and, like, wave it around and, like, disperse his cloud. Like, he's just a fucking, like, cloud of ethereal energy. Who cares? So, I don't know. I think when I probably should do the quest. I just got mad that it was a no-name loser who was still a blue floating orb. I'm like, whatever. This is bullshit. I got my paladin to 60. That's something. He's got a little bit of gear.
Oh boy.
So I too can see the Kyrian storyline and be like, this is really weird and not in a good way. I had probably the worst week of PvP in my life. The brawl, the fucking stupid Warsong Scramble is now officially my least favorite brawl. It sucks. I must have done like 12 or 15 brawls and I lost every single one.
Oh no.
Which one is that again?
It's this stupid fucking one where it's like, oh, it's capture the flag, but each base has 3 flags in it, and you can capture the flag even if the enemy team has your flag. And so it's just basically a base race, but the base race is just me and 2 other druids alone running the flags, while the horde has people defending the base, people chasing us down. They have the healers with their flag carriers. Meanwhile, my team just dances in the middle and tries to kill the 3 horde that are there, and they die to them. It's ridiculous. I don't know what people are doing. I guess it's just because Alliance is dumb and less geared. Like the baby's like, I want to do a brawl, but it's like, baby, you have no health. You have 18k health. Please leave. Somebody better can come in and I can win.
Honestly, that was me, like, at the beginning of the expansion. I didn't even know that you needed verse to do PvP at the beginning of this expansion, so...
And then I lost all my rated battlegrounds, and I lost my arena skirmishes, and I don't care what anybody says. Wintergrasp is the worst map I've ever had to fucking deal with. It's broken if you're on offense. If you're on defense, it's not even fun, because I don't understand how people enjoy getting run over by a vehicle and then just dying immediately. How is that fun for anybody?
Ooh. Even just thinking
Even the guy
about
in the
getting
vehicle.
crushed like that, that's got me a half mass. I don't know what you're saying.
It just makes me think of poor Willow Blue.
She went into that big blue portal and the Winter Queen squished her like she was a cartoon character.
And my favorite part was on my paladin, I went to go kill Mortanos, who was the world boss last week, and I got my very first piece of world boss drop loot. And of course, it's on my alt character, naturally.
I mean, at that point, it's probably like a 200 eye level upgrade too, but like, I don't know.
Oh, it was a humongous upgrade. It was wrist and also was socketed. I was like, are you kidding me? It's socketed? But the most important part of all of that was, as all low people do, they're going to die at the world boss and have to fucking run their ass back. And it's so stupid. And there were only 3 of us left in the raid group. And bless her or his heart, Attell, a monk on Storm Rage, waited. She fought off all the mobs just to resurrect me. And it was just 3 of us out of this ring before he left. And they rezzed me and I said, thank you so much. I will sing songs of your tale of saving me. And they just said, heart emoji, kiss, love you, goodbye. So God bless your healers out there, especially your baby monk healers who aren't very good right now. So give them all your love.
Can you see emojis in WoW chat?
No, it was just it was an emoticon. It was just like the 3.
I was like, I've never seen someone use an emoji.
No, you can't. You know what? How about instead of patch 905, they just make it like the selfie patch, the emoji patch. We've added emojis to the game, and that's it. I'd be about it.
It's like that one patch that was just them adding the selfie camera or whatever.
The emoji that I would use would be General Dr. Aven boofing immune. Speaking of, what's your weekend WoW like, boofer?
Well, the majority of my week was spent in General Dr. Aven's office, but when I wasn't there, I did a lot of like Mythic Plus and raiding on both my main and my hunter. And then, as all of us independently did, we all decided to do some things on our Kyrians this week. So yeah, I started gearing up him, and I don't know, Ret Pelly's kind of fun. Like, I like it. It feels like a shiny golden slot machine. Like, you just press the buttons that light up, and like, even if you don't press them in the right order, you still do okay damage.
Yeah, they do have a lot of things that chain into themselves, and I'm like, that's very nice. Playing classes where there's really only like 3 or 4 viable abilities.
You just smash your hand on the keyboard and you're going to do great damage.
So yeah, now I have 3 characters that I'm trying to, I don't know, gear up. I mean, definitely, like, I feel like my priest and my hunter are the ones that I actually am caring about, but I am eventually going to finish up the Kyrian storyline at least, and maybe keep it somewhat geared. Maybe I'll try to make my paladin able to tank, because I haven't had like a max level tank in a while, so that might be the goal on that guy.
Ooh, are you going to tank for us? Because we're running out of those.
Well, I mean, then you'd have to find a healer, too.
Oh,
Fuck.
snap. Immune is both tank and healer. The pressure is on. He's about to go leave and tell us to fuck off.
It's time for Aaron to go Mistweaver on Wigglestein. Be like a tale of storm rage.
Luckily, Wigglestein has such a long, storied, and shitty career that I know how to mistweave on him.
Make him a Fistweaver. That'd be cool.
He was, for a long time. And then I said, I just want to punch things. And then he walked upon the wind.
But other than that, I think that's really about it. I guess there are just a few things that like I noticed this week that I would like to, I guess, kind of tell our listeners to keep a lookout for. This is also like the period of the year when if you don't have the Spirit Moose, you can go back to Legion and get that, I believe.
Yeah, what? You'll have until 6 months to get it again after this, so it's honestly not that hard. Just go farm your little pieces in Dalaran or whatever.
Yeah, and then also just a reminder to do your Love is in the Air dungeon. Try to get the lowest drop chance mount in the game or whatever. Like, fuck, I don't know if I'll ever get that mount, no matter how many ults I run on.
Also, and this is just generally for any listeners, you're going to want to brush your teeth and brush your hair. You may not be going outside as much nowadays, but it's still important for you to take care of those things.
Also, drink some water, please.
Oh my god, yes, please drink some water. I had the most dehydrated week of my life, and I woke up the other day like, I need to change.
Are you excited for Crash Bandicoot on the Battle.net launcher?
Yes. I like...
Awesome!
Wait, is that a legit
I like
thing?
Crash 4
Yeah,
because Tawna kisses Dingo Dial, and I always felt like he deserved more.
Yeah, Activision has Crash Bandicoot, so they're putting it on the Blizzard launcher. That's something. When are they going to add Ty the Tasmanian Devil to the Blizzard launcher? That's what I'm waiting for.
Is it Ty the Tasmanian Tiger? By the way, he's a Tasmanian tiger. Do you know that he had another game that was crowdfunded and like no one cared? It came out like the sequel you all wanted, and everyone's like, oh shit, we actually didn't though.
Oh man, they actually made it? Fuck, I'm not buying that.
Speaking of a wild Tasmanian tiger that I know, it's Growlimbo.
Welcome, listeners. It is I, Growlina, coming to you from deep within your ears and mind. I'm sitting here with my little cybernetic friend, Robonaddle, in the land of death and decay, Maldraxxus. Robo, we've been max level for a little while now. Are you a fan of all the dailies we've had to perform?
Yeah, I miss the simple kill a boss ones, but I enjoy them all right. LOL.
I see. Do you have a favorite one?
Well, I'd have to say the playing fetch one over there.
I've heard some negative opinions of that world quest, saying it takes too long. What makes it your favorite?
Well, who doesn't love playing fetch with a big doggo like that? And, at least for me, it goes pretty fast, so it's not as draining as some of the other ones they have you do.
Don't let Blizzard hear you say that. Come 9.0.2.5, we're gonna have to throw that skull on all 4 continents or something.
LOL.
Well, that's been my time for this week. Until next week, it's been your girl, Growl.
That's right, Growlina. My favorite boomerang in Taiwan was the kaboomerang.
Oh, that was okay.
What was your favorite?
The kaboomerang.
Ooh.
Oh, well, my favorite was actually the 9.0.5 patch notes that just swung their way into our lives.
Good eye, mate. Rise up, lights.
Oh, I gotta go get a Kog. And also, I lied to you. I gaslit you. My favorite was the multi-rang.
I love the multi-ring, and I also love Marmite. Well, tell us about 905. By the way, we had to talk about this patch number. Well, wait, how did we say 8.0.5? Was that all we said?
There was a 9.1.5, I'm pretty sure, and all it added was like cosmetics. That was the
So how do we say this one?
That was the one where Worgen got orange-ish eyes, but not orange eyes yet. I only remember it for that.
We're just gonna call it 905, like an area code or whatever.
Okay, well, in patch 905, there are a few important things that are being added to this game. Most importantly, I believe we are getting 2 additional mailboxes in Oribos.
Yes! I've
Okay.
been asking for it for years.
Is it 2 or is it 3? People were saying that there's 2 there. Are the 2 mailboxes already in Oribos? Because I thought there was just 1 in Oribos.
I thought there was one by the innkeeper and one by the area you run in when you spawn into Oribos.
Oh, the innkeeper. I never go over there because they're adding one right outside of the fucking Great Vault, which is amazing. Thank you.
I always look for it there, so...
That's where I think it should have been placed originally, honestly. Like, if there was just one, put it there.
I've gotten far too used to using Katie's stamp whistle. It's to the point that, like, I'll pull her out in Sinfall and then forget that there's one right there in the corner and be like, well, I really just wanted to flex my Katie.
Yeah, it's same though. I'm like, it is way too much of a minor inconvenience to walk the 5 feet over to that mailbox. So, I have Katie on my bar. I'm just going to press that button instead.
Holy shit. Fuck whatever you're about to talk about. 15 minutes ago, we have more Night Face, Soul Shapes, Data Mind, and 905. Oh, we got a mammoth, a kodo, a hippo, a dire horn, a spider, a yak, a shovel tusk, and a sorolisk.
That's a lot of things.
A lot of weird ones, too. A hippo? Who's gonna be out here hippo soul shaping? That's dope. I have to be a spider? That's gross. Fuck yeah. A blinking spider? I'm gonna crawl up your assholes.
You can't get an immune. Immunes. Dr. Aven's already there.
We need this shit to get excited about.
Speaking of being excited, all those people are very excited that they're bringing Valor points to this game because apparently that's all that they've been begging for years, and that's the one sole thing that can make this game salvageable to them ever again.
Do you hear that
heard
rumbling
that before.
on the distance? That's the 8 million fans that left after Wrath coming back for Valor points. Except that on the day they announced that, I already found people being like, this'll ruin the game even more.
Yeah, it's always going to be that case of you're never going to make everybody happy, and people are now going to be like, this is a bad system. You can upgrade your gear, correct? With Valor points. Kind of like PvP, but only if you hit the PvE rating, quote unquote. If you complete all 8 mythic dungeons in time on a +5, you will gain the ability to upgrade item level 200 pieces to 207. Much like PvP, you can go do that at 1400 rating.
Yeah, it looks like the base level one is just completing them all on Mythic, and that's 200, and then it's 207 for Mythic 5s, and then it's 213 for Mythic 10s, and then it's 220 for like the Keystone Master 15s that also get to see them out.
So,
People are losing.
Just so I know, I'd have to do every single dungeon, Mythic on a +5, for the chance to turn 1 200 to a 207?
Correct.
I feel like that's just...
And you have to time the dungeon.
I feel like that's just a lot of work for not a lot of upgrade.
I feel like it'll be easy for the 5. That's like nothing really. But the 10s is going to be a little bit dicey because the Raider IO crowd makes it very difficult if you don't have a guild or a community to get into these ones in the first place. So like it's kind of a little of a barrier. I mean, like PvP is kind of the same, but I feel like it's less so in in PvP.
Yeah, I think this will lead to more people doing it though, so there will probably be more open groups that aren't like as nitpicky about the IO maybe.
Hopefully that'll be great if that happens. Which, yeah, I mean, who knows, it might. I'm just, when it comes to the WoW community, I'm always ready for the worst. So who knows? And people were like, the 220 is not high enough for the Mythic 15s. When all they've been saying is, we're listening, we're adjusting things, this isn't final. The fact that they're doing this in the first place is because of feedback. So give them feedback without being a little bitch.
Yeah, I feel like just the fact that they're adding this is good. It adds a whole nother part of the game that you can use to get gear if you don't want to do any of the other ones. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's inherently not bad. It's just an additional thing. You don't have to do it.
But it's not high enough item level. Blizzard is a corrupt company with bad devs. Or, you could just give them some reasonable feedback and maybe they'll change it. Or maybe they won't. I don't know.
I'll have you know that I am the tank for Great Guild Gaming.
They have to bow to my whim.
I am rank number 1 on my server in PvP.
I am the number 1 ranked Night Elf Druid PvP in 3s on my server.
I excel at everything I do in life, unlike you simps. This is a real person I encountered today in Ardenwood General Chat, and it was so fucking funny. If you, Nocturian from Windrunner, if you're out there, you're holding it down with me, bud. We're making fun of that guy. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I think I was just going to throw in there that another big thing that they are... This is already live, that they already boosted the amount of anima you get from basically every source.
Oh my god, yes. You can, in Raid, you can feel the anima coursing through your veins. We got, 900 anima?
Yeah, it was 730 because they have tripled the amount that you get in your little blue goblet after every boss. So, granted, I was #on top of the game, but if I wasn't, that would be 3/4 of my weekly just in one night.
Which is great. I mean, I am also just trying to save up animal right now to try to update my mission table to rank 3. I'm probably the only person in the world that's trying to do that right now, but...
Yeah, I don't know why you're trying to do that. What are you doing?
I don't really have an answer. I just kind of want to see it be rank 3 like the other things.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Gross.
They're planning on doing a lot of tuning. It's honestly more buffs than nerfs, except for Disc Priest and maybe Vengeance Demon Hunter. But they're buffing every single other Covenant ability that's not picked. For the Druids, they buffed the Necrolord and the Venthyr ability because there's probably 5 Druids that went into that Covenant compared to everybody else.
Yeah, I also noticed that they buffed the Priest Night Fae Covenant ability just because, I don't know, on pod here, I've basically said time and time again that it's just dog shit. Or, what are the kids saying nowadays? It's dog water.
Yeah, it's dog water. Come on, keep up.
Ooh.
It's not bussin', it's dog water.
Do we think that Necrolord Monk got buffed? Because I can tell you, I don't know what that thing does.
So far, here we have for the monks changes in our current build. Renewing Mist and Vivify cost less mana. That's it.
I really wanted them to to upgrade Bone Water, because I throw Bone Water, but I don't know what it does.
Ew. Hot dog water. They did buff Fleshcraft, which I kind of don't like because I do PvP. Fleshcraft now grants a much bigger shield and offers a larger damage reduction during the channel. Great. Aaron, you had your mirror, or Torment was buffed.
Yeah.
You have 2 extra seconds of resource gain or whatever the fuck it does.
Oh boy, yeah, whatever the third one does. I feel like I looked at that and it was just a wall of text and I was like, mirrors are cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of text. Also, Amid was saying that he had priest new covenants added? Or, no, not covenants, new conduits added.
Yeah, at least that's what I thought it was saying when I got down to the priest section. There's a lot of words in this thing that were like kind of confusing to me. But it said new, which made me think that, yeah, it was new conduits that are going to be added.
Oh, they're new anima powers for Torghast, I think.
Oh, is that what those are? Okay, that makes a lot more sense then.
Yeah, it does, because priests in Torghast, they hate their life. I only hear about how our anima powers suck. They're not fun. They're not strong. So this is probably to combat that. Yeah, you guys got 3 new Torghast powers.
I don't know. I just ran Torghast today again, and it's not bad. It's not hard anymore. It's honestly pretty easy to just walk through it, even at like rank 8 or whatever. It's no problems really. But I get it. Like, our powers are kind of boring.
Sorry, you have 5 new abilities, 5 completely new ones. They pulled the one out, and they reworked 1, 2, 3 of them. So in reality, it's kind of 8 new anima powers with 1 bum talent out of there. That kind of shows that priests kind of had a shitty go at Torghast.
Oh my god, the one that they removed, Soul Sapper, I literally scoff every time I see that one. I had to pick it once because the other thing didn't make any sense at all to pick. I'd never used it even just because it's so bad, so I'm glad it's gone.
Here's hoping one day they replace Mawrat cheese perk.
Is it bad?
When you make a table, 2 Mawrats show up. And that's it.
What do you? They just like hang out?
Yeah, well, they just come, and I don't know if you can kill them or what you do, but they're there.
Looks like Mage had a bunch of reworks for their anima powers. 11 reworks, but they're not as interesting as Priests. Like, blinking through a Mawrat, instead of killing it and you gain 3 charges, it just refreshes your blink cooldown, and you blink through them to kill them. That's really it. Yeah, wow, yours are boring.
We're trying our hardest, okay?
It is hilarious, though, how much they reworked the Priest Night Fae abilities. Like, they're all so different with numbers. Holy fuck.
They basically just tried to like straight buff them across the board, saying like, guys, please come. But I'm like, it's not the numbers, guys. It's just that I think that it's a bad ability.
When I was reading this, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna nerf Convoke. Don't nerf Convoke. But they didn't, so we're hanging in there. And it seems like they're also working on some kind of... So you know how obviously we have Valor points coming back? It seems like they're kind of doing trying to figure out a similar brainstorm for raid gear. Because Ian tweeted, wow, raid gearing needs help too, but the static nature of raid loot tables complicates mid-tier solutions. We want to get dungeon improvements out ASAP, as we continue to discuss the right approach for other gear sources like raiding and world content. So they're working on like another loot fix.
You know, we know Ian is a listener of this podcast, so he just heard us last week talking about how they need to add World Quest to the vault.
Ooh, I mean, why not? There's no reason not to.
Speaking of things that aren't hard to do, I'm going to bring us into this week's sexiest NPC of the week.
Ooh. Who is it?
This week, we're going to be feasting our hungry eyes on the spectral succubus himself, the Primus of Maldraxxus.
Ugh. I mean, ooh.
I mean, huh? Like, do we even know his whereabouts? I mean, like, we've had some pretty mysterious, sexiest NPCs in the past, but what do we even know about Mr. Primus?
You have to be a real sexy motherfucker to have a humongous statue of yourself built outside of your homeland.
The Primus has been deep, deep within the player characters' minds, and now I want him deep, deep in our buttholes.
Well, okay.
I mean, I guess I'd let him boof me too.
Immune
okay,
says, you're going to have to go around. This hole is already filled.
Hello, Primus.
What is up with Immune and wanting stone people inside of? Because the Primus, like, sure, the Primus is a person, probably, but we only know him as this big, sexy statue.
And also the, like, shaft of the knife that we find in his statue.
We've seen him. He's talked to us.
Has he?
Yeah,
he's like left messages.
No, he came to us. He was a green, like, ethereal lich guy. We have a picture of the Primus.
That was like a hologram message, and he was like, "If you're reading this, I'm already dead."
Well, that's still him. So we know how attractive this man is.
Also, we probably know that he's also the rune carver, and he's in chains.
Ooh, finally we get a chance to tie Daddy up.
Ooh.
We say, you can have one hand free for this encounter.
He says one is all I need.
This man has had one hand chained to that wall for I mean, I guess both hands were chained for forever. But how have we not been able to free his other hand yet? Like, let the man loose. Let him go wild on us.
It's his kink. Who are we to deny him what he wants?
Champion.
Maybe he wants to be denied.
Champion, what your buns are being hunted
By me.
So is the rune carver the one that tells you you're being hunted when you're in Torghast?
Yes. Apparently it means there's a rare mob nearby, but they're not hunting me.
I can easily avoid them, and I do most of the time.
Oh.
But thanks for the warning, I guess.
I didn't even know that had a function. I just thought the rune carver got lonely. So he talked to you like,
Champion, how's it going?
I only know because I asked in chat, and I was like, hey, why does he keep saying this? Does he mean anything? And someone's like, it means there's a rare mob nearby, you idiot. And I was like, oh, sorry, they didn't really say that. He just keeps saying, you are hunted, beware.
so would you guys take the sword of the Primus if you catch my drift? He is pretty big.
He's also really old, so you know what? I don't know if I would. I think I would let some of our elderly listeners take it because they probably would connect more to him.
I think he would do really well on Farmers Only, maybe.
He is one
What about
of
you, Aaron?
he is one of the old ones, so that would make sense if he was on. I can't think of like a grandpa dating one. Also, yes, because I trust my Primus. Little Wigglestein is holding his cheeks open. He said, "This is gonna hurt, but what hasn't?"
Oh no.
I just want to take this time because I've never talked about how funny I found it. That when you did the storyline and you were picking covenants, they didn't even have a picture of him or like Alexandros. It was just a flag that he held once.
The little banner in the corner.
Yeah, it's like all of these big and powerful representatives, and then just like this little banner over in the
Like-
corner, and they're like, well, I think the Primus would say this.
Like who?
It would be
Going based purely on visuals is going to be like, yeah, I'm going to pick the little sorry flag over there.
like if you're at a fucking Jedi Council meeting and instead of Yoda being there, it's just tiny little pennant with his face on it, just sitting upright in his chair. Like, yep, there he is. There's the guy.
Oh, I was going to say, so when we give basically, how do we present this award to the Primus? Where is he currently? Do we have to go on an adventure to try to find him? Do we just leave it by like a banner that says his name on it and he'll find it eventually?
I feel like we can dig a hole in Maldraxxus because he's become like one with the stinky dirt now. So we just kind of throw it in a hole and he'll get it eventually. Or I guess we throw it at him at the rune carver's ring.
Yeah, we just bring it down and like, we have a memory for you. And he's like, oh, an award, finally.
What if he was like, oh, Primus, we got you something. He goes,
I'm not the Primus, I'm the rune carver.
and we go, oh, it's a shame. We got this cool award, but it can only go to the Primus. He goes,
Oh, I mean, that's totally me.
he just blows 2 expansion breaks worth of story to get the sexiest award.
He really wanted it. I can't blame him.
So I guess you're welcome, Dune Army. We are the ones who have officially confirmed this.
It's confirmed. It'll probably be confirmed at BlizzCon. I don't know. They're probably going to do some... will there be a cinematic at BlizzCon? And will it involve the the Primus? Who knows?
Nope, it'll involve Willow Bloom. We'll have an hour of silence for Willow Bloom.
I would be quiet for longer than an hour for that poor gal. Well, here's your award, Primus. Enjoy.
Well, I guess it's about that time. And by that time, I mean it's that time for our top toot, bottom boot, or medium moot of the week. And I'm going to go first this week, because I got myself a top toot.
Heck yeah!
Doot.
I already mentioned it, and I already botched it by saying that it was a boof, but basically this top two goes out to finally unlocking my best in slot soulbind fully. That means that I can just use General Dr. Aven all the time, because it's just by far the best for Holy Priest, because it just gives you a passive 4% extra healing when you stand still, which like ideally you're positioning yourself to stand still anyways. So it's nice to finally have the thing that like all the guides were like, yeah, I mean, you probably don't want to go Venthyr as a priest, because you know your best one is like 31 renown in, and that's a very long time into the expansion. And finally we're here, boys. We made it.
Woo woo!
Getting 4% boofed.
Yeah, that 4% boof is my top toot. Aaron, what you got?
This week, I also have a top toot.
Yeah.
Though it's a little cautious of one. I'll say my toot is getting through or starting the journey to go through all the Covenant stories, because I'm not very skilled, but I have a lot of time. So I'm glad that I found something to contribute, something to do that puts me ahead of the content curve. But I'm a little sad because, unlike previous endeavors, there's only 4 stories, and I've already done half of them. So I feel like this will only really give me content to do for the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then I'll have to find another thing to focus my time on. But for now, it's a top 2.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I never really thought about how, like, at this point, the Renown catch-up is so quick that you can basically do the Covenant campaign very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Booty ATW only has 2 less than Growlina, and I'm like, Growlina was out here fighting day in and day out for this, and Booty did it in a week.
Yeah, it's like I collected, like, 20,000 anima for these Renown, and you just, like, opened a chest in a dungeon.
SMH. But, Slidewhistle, what is your TTBBMM?
Triple two.
The triple two! Toot toot!
I got a top toot for my boys and girls in Ardenweald responding to PvP fights.
Yeah,
Let me tell you, Ardenweald is like, we need to be as scrappy as Maldraxxus and as scrappy as Bastion. So when the Horde fight, someone's like, I need help at Hibernal Hollow. And immediately, like, the horn is blown and, like, 19 people will respond in chat like, I'm away. And we absolutely roll through town. And it doesn't matter if they're a lowbie who wasn't doing anything or if they're a high player who just showed up. We murder everybody and mow them down. And this has happened several days in a fucking row. And now it's to the point to where, like, everybody who's in Arnworld is just hanging out there. And if anybody calls for help, so many people respond.
I have noticed that the Hibernal Hollow is, like, for some reason, the busiest, like, hub of fighting nowadays.
It's because it's a flight point where the guards don't do anything. So you can get away with a lot of stuff there, basically.
The degree has gone out that it would be Duskwood 2.0.
I mean, basically, yeah. It's kind of has that same energy going for it. And I've spent like 2.5 hours today. I was trying to get anima, and instead I just ended up stalking Horde and fighting people to the death. I engaged in 2v1 duels where, like, I almost won. So I had to keep fighting them until I did win. Just a big time waster, but it's a real fun one. Ardenweald is turning into a fun PvP zone, which is weird because like the other ones are miserable. Maybe because people actually respond for help in Ardenweald. If you ask for help in Maldraxxus, you get spit on basically. I'll turn the war mode off, they'll say.
They switch to
And then
Horde tunes and they come beat you up.
Or in Revendreth, no one bothers because they don't know what like floor you're on or how to get there.
Yeah, if you tell me you're at Menagerie of the Master, it's over. I'm not coming up there.
Sorry, bro, you're on your own. But yeah, that's my top 2. But we are finished. We're out of here. We're done. If you have any comments, questions, complaints, recipes for chicken Kiev or your Gronk, to send us an email saying that you heard this podcast and that's why you left the guild, send us an email at donotrelenttpod@gmail.com or tweet at us on Twitter at donotrelenttpod. What about you guys? Where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex, or you can follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Bigacheesy on Twitter. And you can read our literary musings at donotrelent.livejournal.com. This week I wrote about something. I haven't done it yet, but now that it's in the recording, I gotta kick myself in the butt to do it.
Way to force yourself to write some content. Oh yeah, we're done. All right, bye. And remember,
Another down. Do not relent.
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.